Speaking peoples, the Sangis and Esquimalt nations, and we are honored here to be in the presence of Chief Reuben George from so-called Vancouver, joining us, and he's gonna open up our rally here.
ACM, Hutchka, CM, CIA, Chief Sklutz, not to slay with it. Chief Yopanan, not to slay with the Squamish. And from that to slay with nation in North Vancouver, on my mom's side, my dad's side, on Squamish Nation. You know, I heard stories of when my grandfather, who was a famous actor, who was the first indigenous person in North America nominated for Academy Award. He won multiple Grammys and Golden Globes, but he was a humanitarian. He stood up for the rights of the lands, waters, and people. And when he went to residential school, he couldn't speak English. And when he was 4 years old, because he couldn't speak English, they cut off his finger. When my mom went to residential school, she witnessed little children being murdered and killed. My grandfather, when he's doing a movie, Little Big Man, he pulled up on a horse with Dustin Hoffman, and then Dustin Hoffman was going to ask him, said, "Why did they kill the whole village?" And my grandfather says, "Because they're crazy, because they lost their mind," and they pulled up. And my grandfather got triggered. And they said, action, he's going to do his line, and he couldn't say his line because he remembered, and the director said, cut. And he goes, "What's wrong, Chief?" He goes, "I remember this. This is my aunt, this is my uncle." The whole village was wiped out that he remembered. Tsleil-Waututh people, not long ago, were 20,000 people in North Vancouver. 20,000 people were wiped out down to 13 people. 13. My mom is 62 out of the 13. I'm 188, so it's not long ago. It's not long ago, but like you, my relations right here, the best that we could do is abide by our law that we have in common. Coast Salish law is truth, family, health, and culture. When we abide by that law, those fundamental teachings of humanity, that's why we can pray with each other. That's why we can sing with each other, because we abide by that law. Those fundamental teachings of humanity are love, honor, respect, dignity, pride, compassion, understanding, truth, knowledge, and wisdom. We stand in conviction to abide by that law. And at times, and I know some of you know me, with fierce love, I stand up for the rights of our water and our lands and our people. And that's why I'm here today. I support you, my relations. The genocide my people went through is the same that they're going on over there. Yeah. And we stand by the truth. We stand by the truth, and you can't deny the truth of little children being murdered, like what happened when my mom witnessed in residential schools here in Canada, and the lies that they put around it, but not speaking the truth. That's what they did. But here, we don't sleep, we don't rest. We do what we can to explain the truth, because we don't want no more children killed, or hurt, or murdered, or starved. That's what we're seeing, and that's what we're witnessing. This is something that happened to my people that still today my people are recovering from. They're still hurting from. They are. And we want to start the prayer today. We want to come together with you, my relations that are suffering, that are hurting, that we're witnessing. And I know what they say about you. I know how they attack you. I know how they try to hurt for you for standing up for righteousness. But I pray with you. I stand with you. And when I pray, I ask for courage and strength for you continue to do the work and stand up for the rights of those kids. Yes. Senseless killing of children. You know, and I haven't practiced for a long time, But I'm a therapist, and I look at dysfunction and hurt and denial of somebody wanting to be a better human being. At one time, no matter who we were when we were born with no prejudice, no anger, no hate, no judgment. Every little child will look at you with unconditional love. And our teachings are about how to raise them that way. But our teachings also are to protect them, that they still continue to be raised with those same morals and values and convictions. There's enlightenment in our prayer. And I felt that in your ceremonies. Your people came to my lodge. I prayed in your houses. And I felt that enlightenment. What comes with that enlightenment is a duty and a responsibility. You leave a ceremony, you should leave feeling good and uplifted. And when you leave, you have a responsibility to share that. And how it happens, and how it happens here for us, is to protect those children. Because the enlightenment that they were born with is being taken away. If we, as human beings, go by those fundamental teachings of love and honor and respect and dignity and pride, those fundamental teachings of humanity, if they didn't get that, what was it replaced with? And we're seeing what it's replaced with murder and starvation. Way before the war started. Remember, they were rationing their food, taking the right to eat, taking the right to drink. I seen that happen here in Canada with the history that was here for the indigenous. That's what happened. So when we want to teach that way, it affects them, because each and every one of us know here there's a spirit of love that we can share with somebody. Every single culture around the world, when they love somebody, they do a ceremony around it and they call it marriage. That's a spirit of love. But two people come together and form a spirit of trauma. And that's what's happening to those children. That's what's happened to them. That's something that they could carry for their whole life, like my mom did and my grandfather did. And it was passed on from generation to generation. But we do prayer, and we sing, and we talk well of one another, and we support one another, and we love one another. And that's where our strength's going to come from. It's not going to come from hate.
Yes.
It's not going to come from hate. It's going to come from the goodness and the righteousness of what we stand for, with fierce love. Not afraid to stand up and say what I got to say, what I feel is right. And to identify those things that are wrong. And it is wrong. It is wrong. Something happened to those people, because at one time when they were born, they had also no prejudice, no anger, no hate. It's the society that formed them to think that way. Because in their ceremonies, and the belief that they have, if they're following those fundamental teachings of humanity, there should have been some enlightenment. When there's some enlightenment, you're going to want to do good. But we're teaching them that. And I'm proud of each and every one of you with the love in your heart to come here and stand, and with strength and unity. Because that's what we need. When I meet people from there, my sister, she's in the movie Where Olive Trees Cry, that movie. She came right up to me, and how she introduced herself to me, she goes, "We are the same. When we're down and we're out and we're tired and we can't get up, we pray and we sing. We play music here, we sing. We pick each other up with our spirit. It doesn't have to be one special person that we connect to a spirit of love with each other. It's all of us, and that's what we need for the support to continue. We need to continue this, to bring the truth out and bring justice out and bring safety for those kids and for those children. It's disgusting what I see, and there's no nice way of saying what Canada did to the indigenous people of here in Canada. There's no nice way of saying what's happening over in Palestine. No nice way of saying it. It's brutal, and it's ugly, and it's wrong. And it's wrong.
And Canada supports it.
In Canada, that's right. Canada, what they did to the indigenous, They're doing the same thing over there.
Yep,
That's right.
that's right.
But that's why we're here. That's why we're here. We won't be quiet. We won't stop. We'll stand in the truth of justice, using those fundamental teachings of the Coast Salish people of truth, family, health, and culture. And I know you carry yourself that way, and that's why I support you. So with all my love and all my support, I ask the Creator to put blessings on each and every one of you. And don't listen to that chatter that comes from the other side. Don't. Just continue to stand in your own strength of righteousness. You're doing the right thing. Always remember the children and the people and the mothers and the fathers and the grandparents. Everyone who's suffering. We'll remember them and we'll stand for them. You know, put aside our first world problems, and let's remember them and what they're doing and what they're going through. And remember to come together and love each other and carry yourself well. Feed each other at these rallies to gather strength from one another to continue to move forward. Not letting anyone or anything take us down with any negativity. Anything that's against that law of what I'm talking about, of our fundamental teachings. So thank you for what you're doing. I'm sorry I have to catch a ferry. I knew you're having this, so we came by. But I love each and every one of you. I support you in what you're doing. My family support what you're doing. And we stand with you. Thank you.